Here, the story begins.
The Chinese Air Force is building a mystery missile. It's designed to turn the tables on America's air power advantage. The weapon, tentatively known as PL-20, is a very long-range missile, designed to strike enemy aircraft loitering just beyond the edge of an air battle. The point is to shoot down the tankers, airborne early warning planes, and other support aircraft that U.S. combat jets rely upon during wartime. Stripped of these forces, U.S. air power would operate at a serious disadvantage, shifting the air battle in China's favor. The new missile, spotted in 2016 at the Zhuhai Air Show, is the subject of a new article at Aviation Week Space Technology. PL-20 carries the typical PL designation common to Chinese air-to-air missiles. At 18 feet long, PL-20 is thought to have a range exceeding 100 miles, the typical maximum range of air-to-air missiles. The PL-20 is a new ultra-long-range air-to-air missile developed to engage high-value assets such as airborne early warning and control aircraft or the tanker aircraft. The PL-20 missile is powered by a ramjet engine, 6 meters long, and has a maximum range of 400 kilometers. The missile features a dual guidance system, including an active radar seeker with a maximum range of 40 kilometers, and an infrared seeker, with a detection range of 10 to 20 kilometers. Besides, the missile will get target updates from the launch platform during mid-course flight to ensure correct target acquisition. The PL-20 missile is expected to enter service with the Chinese Air Force beyond 2020 on board the J-16 Advanced Tactical Fighter. It is possible that China is developing this missile in two variants. U.S. warplanes need plenty of support to reach their wartime potential. In that way, tankers, command and control aircraft, and reconnaissance planes are the backbone that let fighters operate at long ranges. For example, an alert system can detect enemy aircraft at longer ranges, and vector in American fighters flying with their own radars, off a technique that makes them harder to detect. Alerts planes also orchestrate the air battle, directing friendly forces against enemy forces. Airborne refueling tankers dramatically extend the range of short-range fighters, such as the F-35. Without these planes, U.S. forces would operate at a severe disadvantage. Stealthy fighter jets would have to fly with their radars constantly on to search for enemies, emitting electromagnetic radiation that enemy forces could use to detect them. Coordination of the air battle would become more difficult and less efficient, controlled by individual pilots already flying their own combat missions. Deprived of the ability to refuel in mid-air, targets deep behind enemy lines would become off-limits and fighters would patrol at shorter ranges. Behind the air lines, China's new missile most likely would work like this. In a future air battle, a Chengdu J-20 fighter loaded with PL-20 would attempt to fly around U.S. fighters to get behind them and search for a tanker or a Wix plane. If it finds such a target, the J-20 would launch the missile from long range, then disengage. Even if the missile misses, the danger might force U.S. support aircraft to fly farther behind friendly lines, limiting their effectiveness in general. PL-20 appears similar in concept to the Soviet K-100 missile. Developed by Novator, the K-100 was unique among air-to-air missiles, in being a two-stage missile, using a booster rocket from the ground-based S-300 surface-to-air missile to give it range of 186 miles. K-100 was an estimated 19.7 feet long, and weighed nearly 2 tons. This gave K-100 the ability to engage targets, flying from 10 to 98,425 feet, and at speeds of up to 2,485 miles an hour. Air-to-air missile systems would have utility as long as interceptor aircraft are important components of Soviet air defense. By 1959 information was becoming available, which indicates that air-to-air missiles may now be deployed, but their specific characteristics have not been determined. There was little evidence on Soviet development of such missiles, however, with the exception of that reported by German returnees, who described early Soviet development. Work on the AA-1 Soviet designation SHM during 1952. A feature of Soviet air-to-air missiles was that they were created individually, in fact, for every type of carrier aircraft missile carrier. Hence, such a variety of types of these products, virtually coinciding with the number of types of aircraft. The authors of the research offer a thorough, at times, even meticulous in a good sense, an analysis of the evolution of the organizational structures engaged in creating air-to-air missiles for airplanes, and a very detailed description of the constructive and tactical technical features of these products. It's known that in the first post-war years, the development of a number of missile systems in our country was carried out, not without borrowing captured German models. In the absence of successful German-controlled air-to-air missiles, the Germans had nothing to copy, and until the end of the 1950s, Soviet arms presented an impressive array. It was evident that the AA-2 was a development based on the U.S. Sidewinder. The rest of the ARM family displays a wide variety of configuration types and weapon sizes, and are obviously intended to cover a broad spectrum of missions. Almost all of the Soviet AWs are produced with a radar-guided version and a heat-seeker version to provide all-weather capability and versatility of operation. The only missile not retained in this inventory was the AA-4 wing control missile that was shown in 1961 on the Flipper airplane. Neither the Flipper nor the AA-4 entered the inventory. Unlike the Korean War, when air-to-air combat and air defense was fought with essentially the same weapons and tactics as was used in World War II, the Vietnam Air War was fought with a guided missile. By the end of the war, missile technology and employment dominated both friendly and enemy air doctrine and accounted for a majority of American air-to-air combat victories. The U.S. military is aware of the threat to aircraft and is working to make support aircraft more survivable. The Air Force is looking to install defensive systems, including lasers to protect tankers and other large support aircraft. It is also looking at developing a new stealthy tanker, known as KCZ,